Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Morning Coffees with James. I'm James, and this show you're watching on the Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and all that. Well, actually, no, I can't do Instagram anymore because they've done away with all the long format videos in favor of short format videos, so I'm a little pissed off at that. So, what are we talking about today? Well, for these short-term videos, and I know there's plenty of you young folks out there and all those motherfuckers who think they're special because they are told that they are the future depends on you, or some shit like, I don't know. They said the same thing for about my generation, the generations before, and yada yada yada. Today I want to talk about something very special to me, very close to my heart, and that is the world we're living in nowadays. The world that we're living in where people are being nihilistic, just overly nihilistic, and it's reasonably, this is the truth. We live in a world that doesn't give a shit anymore, that doesn't care, that doesn't want to believe in dreamers or anything like that. People who don't care and just are wondering why the world's so fucked up and all this shit, and refuse to look at the other side of the story. This nihilistic hate, bullshit separation of classes, generations and stuff like that. And honestly, I'm kind of fed up with it. I'm kind of done with everybody. I'm fucking done. I don't care anymore. I'm just kaput. I am just kind of fed up. But I'm not giving up. And honestly, what's making me come to think of this, and why am I talking about this? Well, it's something that Dave Chappelle said, and I think Dave Chappelle said it, Green Goblin said it, and Teddy Roosevelt said it. And that is, I'm going to start with Dave Chappelle's version of it. When a hero falls, the cowards rejoice. There is nothing more rewarding to a coward than to see a strong man fall, defeated, get, broken down. And it's true. I mean, we live in a day and age where people are just so happy to see someone fail, or are so quick to cancel someone, which I'm tired of canceling. I'm tired of this idea of canceling, destroying. We must get rid of it. Tell me, what are you going to replace it with? What's going to be there left after you cancel every last thing? What are you going to replace it with? I mean, there's something about our society that just loves we've developed a society of goblins and orcs and orcai and all this other stuff. And no, this is not some kind of race thing or gender thing or anything anything of that nature. What I'm seeing today, and seeing what I'm seeing, and also just who I'm dealing with, like, it's just shit I'm just tired of. I'm just really fucking tired of just dealing with people's bullshit, of just guiding people's fates and stuff like that. And, oh, you need to do this and we need to do that. And I'm just tired of it. I don't care anymore, and just tired of people's bullshit and lies, and also gaslighting. Can we stop gaslighting people? Because the only reason you're gaslighting because you want something. Why don't you just be honest and say what you want? You may not get it, but you know what? At least you're honest and asking. Nobody's honest anymore. Everybody's afraid of saying what they want to say. And it's the truth. I'm in that category. But the problem I see with today's, culture is the fact that we've just become so okay with it. And anytime somebody is exceptional and somebody becomes, out there, somebody goes out there and does something great, we have to tear them down. Well, because we love the people who just do the same thing and agree with the same bullshit, agree with the same nonsense, and it's on both sides of the equation. I know some people that are, well, our side, it's like, no, step out of the fucking, get out of your tribe. Get out of your tribe. Go out into the wilderness. Be a lone wolf for a second, and then go on to the top of the hill and look at your tribe. See the degradation. See the flaws in it. See the bad in it. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's how I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of all the nonsense, Hell, this is even for the Republicans and the Libertarians, too, who I think the Libertarians are the most laziest fucking party out there, which, honestly, I have a friend who's a Libertarian, and he's kind of lazy, too. I'm not going to say which one it is because I got many libertarian friends. And I don't mind libertarian ideas. Hell, I don't mind Republican ideas, like conservative ideas. Let me put it that way. Conservative or liberal. But the problem is, both of you are going to throw out the baby with the bathwater. How about just taking the baby out and throw the bathwater out? But you don't. You never do. You know, it kind of bugs the shit out of me. You know, I know this is a different topic altogether, but like, there's so many people out there who are willing to cancel and willing not to listen and just want to argue with people and call them stupid, and because, you know, or dumb, or hell, I've even gotten this. I made a joke about, you know, I know this is off topic, but I made a joke about the stabbings in, you know, the UK, the shit that's been going on in Europe. And I got shit talk for it. I got many likes for it, but I also got a lot of people telling me I was poor, I was unemployed, I was this, I was that, which is funny because honestly, I work in construction, which none of you motherfuckers want to do. It's the job that none of you motherfuckers want to do. It's the ones that you keep hiring foreigners for. And I have nothing against foreigners. I'm not xenophobic or anything. If you come to this country looking for the American dream, good. However, if you come here illegally, I got problems with that. And people talk about, you know, the bullshit with that. It's like, oh, these people don't want to work. I'd rather hire foreigners. That's where the problem lies. Most Americans are kind of wising up to the idea of just being tired of working dead-end jobs or jobs they don't like. I mean, hell, you can have all the benefits. Like, that's another thing, too. Benefits and 401ks and all these little security things. And then 10 years down the road, oh, you don't get any of that. You know, 20, 30 years. None of that comes. Either you raised the child poorly, or you did this wrong, or somebody, one of your family members is a junkie, and you told them they had a disease. Which, by the way, I think addiction is not a disease; it's a choice. It's an absolute choice. Yes, do I think withdrawal symptoms are real? Yes, that's not the issue. Withdrawal symptoms are just a side effect of withdrawing yourself from alcohol or heroin. And to me, I just say, you know what? Let them detox. Let them have the shakes. Let them vomit all that out. Let their body fix itself. You can fix your own body. Nothing is permanent in my mind. There's always a way to fix shit. That goes both ways. But no, we want to say people have a disease. They want to say, you use weak speak, and I think that's always the problem. Weak speak is just don't say things that make you weak. And that's one of them. I have a disease. No, you do not. You just have depression. You just can't handle the situation, and you keep going to that comfort zone. And this, when people say the comfort zone, comfort will kill you, that's what they're talking about. Alcohol, heroin, drugs, any of these drugs, even pornography and video games. You know, people out there want to talk about, like, and especially from, like, these, you know, trad West people and, you know, the Stoics and all this. To me, it's how you face up against that challenge. Like, oh, I don't want to go into the discomfort because you faced an injury, and it's fear mostly. I think the biggest problem we have too is this idea of comfort saying something that is a disease, which honestly most diseases can be cured. And I don't think addiction is a disease. I think that's a bullshit boomer thing that people say. It's something they say because they don't want to admit that maybe they fucked up. Maybe they said something, or maybe they didn't try hard enough. Just say, if you say you don't have a disease, then you don't have a disease. Put the bottle down. Stop putting a needle in your arm. You're going to have the shakes. You're going to have sweats and fevers. Then do so. And I met people in my life that I talked to who said, why don't you just take a fucking week off? Oh, I can work. And it's like, this is the problem I see. People, you know, the reason why people don't want to work is because they either just need a break. They need a break from work, or they just need to hide somewhere for a week because we took away the vacation time. We promote this idea of being a hustler and grinding to the point where, you know, we're going to just be filed down to the bone, and we don't get any reward. You know, your reward for hard work is more hard work. And don't get me wrong, working hard is rewarding in its own right. You will get rewarded if you know where to go. If you know where your end goal is. If it's either physical training, if it's either, you know, kind of getting a college degree to get a job somewhere, or something like that. But we get trapped in this rat wheel because we need the money. We need food. We need, you know, utilities. But I think that's another issue too, is the fact that, you know, why are we judging people on what they eat too? It's like, well, I don't think it's healthy. Well, I don't like. I think your opinion is wrong, and you refuse to change. Again, this is not about addiction. This is about how we treat other people. You know, we want to tear people down. We want to destroy things, and it's like, not really. And I'm sorry to say, but we live in a day and age where heroes are villains and villains are heroes. It's people we assume that are heroes, that we prop them up, and they're just really villains in disguise. There's nothing more worse than a man who claims to be a hero but turns out to be a villain. A man who says, I'm doing this for you, but everybody claims to be him a hero. We've seen this before many of times. I'm only helping. I'm only helping. Hitler was helping. Stalin was helping. Hell, even FDR was helping. Ask the Japanese how that worked out for them. Hell, ask a lot of people that had good intentions. And tell me tell me all the people with good intentions. I'm sorry, I'm not really sorry, but I'm just trying to get my point across. But this is what I'm seeing nowadays, is the fact that we live in a day and age where we kind of shit on people who just want to be exceptional. And it's true. We love watching heroes fall. Like Green Goblin said, you know, there's nothing more than these people like to watch is a hero fall, stumble, you know, die trying. You know, and those people are exceptional. We don't rise those people up. We rise people up. Everybody wants to be famous, but no, the truth is nobody really wants to be famous. They want to be rich. They want the riches to come with that fame. And that's really the truth. Like, originally I wanted to be famous because I wanted to be rich. That's the truth. Making these videos and all that stuff. But the problem is that sometimes you don't get rich. People want that money. They want to be known. They want to get sponsorships. They want to get, you know, that money, that green bill. I mean, there's that one dude running around England who's being an absolute maniac, who was jumping on cars, threatening people, stealing dogs from old ladies. It's like, why are you doing this? The only reason you're doing this is not for the fame, it's for the fortune. You want the fame with the fortune. I think really we all want the fortune rather than the fame. Rich and famous is fine, but being rich is much more important. Being rich and unknown is cooler. But, you know, those are the people we celebrate. Anybody who's exceptional, anybody who's trying, anybody who's trying to rise above, we tear them the fuck down. We don't care about what they do and what they do not do. We just love watching them tear them down because they said something in the past. I've said some shitty things in the past. Did I delete some of those things? Yeah. Because honestly, I didn't want to get fined money because I don't want to lose money. I'm Irish. We don't like... You think the Jews are money grabbers? No. The Irish are. The Celtics are much more greedy with their money. Not to say that we're greedy or something of that nature. No. We... take a look at the leprechaun. He has a pot of gold that he keeps secret. He's trying to... Lucky, the Lucky Charms mascot, is running from kids trying to steal his Lucky Charms. They're probably worth a fortune. Hell, Austin Powers. You know, they're always after me Lucky Charms. You know. It's funny. I think it's funny. I think people don't get that. Then again, I have nothing against, you know, the Hebrew nation, the people of the Judeo faith. It's just that, no. I know I'm going to get in trouble for what I'm saying here, but you know what? No, I don't care. I'm offending somebody. If I offend you, congratulations, you're a pussy. But you know, I'm just out here shooting the shit. I'm just a guy. I'm not wearing the bathrobe, but I'm a guy in my bathrobe. A guy who usually does this in my bathroom, drinking coffee, talking to you about them daily bullshit. I used to do Let's Plays. I think I might go back and doing that because right now I'm in the middle of playing Fallout New Vegas, and I got myself a big old... one of my friends got this for me for my gift for Christmas, is a big old Xbox Series X, and I've been replaying some of my old time classics. By the way, this game's overrated. The original was so much better. I know people out there, oh, you're just a old timer. It's like all the, all your new things are so much more better than what what they were before. So much better. You guys are kind of pussies in that sense. You know, I see some of you fucking Gen Xers out there, and I'm not impressed. I see some of you. Not all, but some. I know everybody wants to pick on the millennials, but I'm going to be honest with you. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I know I'm not with the hip crowd anymore. They're not making it for me anymore, but I'm going to still enjoy it. Because I'm a crazy old bastard. Trust me, you don't want to fuck with me. But, I don't know. I'm just here. I don't know. I'm just spouting out shit. Just feeling how I'm feeling. But how we're feeling today is just that, you know, it's just how I'm feeling nowadays. I mean, we want to see people be the same. This is another thing, too. I was just thinking about this. We want to see people remain the same. We want them to remain the same. We want them to not change or be something else and be complex or anything like that. We want this one thing to be one thing. Like, this is a cup. It will always be a cup. It will be, you can fill it with anything else, but it can also be a paperweight. Most things can be a paperweight if you try hard enough. Or a weapon. Or a peace offering. But it's this kind of idea that we need simplicity, and I think the older generations do that too, and especially if you're like on a different diet too. Like, I'm not talking to the carnivores, I'm not talking to the vegans, I'm talking to people who just are living a different life, but yet, you know, I need to intervene, I need to do this, I need to be a hero, I need to be praised as a hero. I know somebody in my life who's like that. You know, she wants to be praised and all this shit for doing all the things she does, but then again, she does some things that are also shitty too. Like, yo, you're not a hero. All right, just because you throw paper, you use environmentally friendly shit, and we're stopping climate change. Which, by the way, no, we have no effect on the climate. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. We really don't. We, want to pretend we're all heroes, but nobody wants to be the villain. Everybody wants to be a hero because it feels good. Nobody wants to be the villain who has to make that hard decision where everybody hates you, but you know it's going to be it's going to be helpful down the road. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to be the hero. Nobody wants to be the villain. They all want to be the hero. And then, but in the end, you turn out to be the villain because your efforts are so blinded by this idea of, I'm just only doing good, for the greater good, that you end up causing more problems than you should have. I mean, hell, with all this, like, Green Deal bullshit, it's like, hey, or the vaccination, which I'm probably going to get flagged for a lot of this shit. Nobody wants to pretend they're heroes. They all think censorship is good, which I used to think that too, but only for writing purposes, for restricted, like basically giving yourself restrictions and basically finding a way around those restrictions. That's what I usually thought why I thought censorship was a good thing, because if it was easy, you just do whatever the hell you want. But if you gave yourself, limits and try to figure out a way around those limits, you can find something better, It's like movie making. Movie makers find ways to go around limits to make something extraordinary. But, I don't know. I'm just speaking here, and it's just been a while since I made a good vlog. And I usually go on Instagram and do this, but Instagram, again, likes to shorten up videos. So, I'm going to read something from Theodore Roosevelt. And it's one of his famous speeches, The Man in the Arena. The Man in the Arena. So, I'm going to read it to you. It is not the critic who counts. Not the man who points how strong it's not the critic who counts. Not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcomings, but who does accurately strives to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasm, the great devoters who spends himself in a worthy cause, at the best known in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails daring greatly, so that his price shall never be with those cold and timid souls who never know victory nor defeat. And I'll read that again, try to get that better, because honestly, it's hard to read something that's been kind of compressed differently. I can read in a stream, but that's it. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out the strong man's stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, whose errors, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcomings, but who does exactly strives to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasm, the great devoters who spend themselves in a worthy cause, who at the best known in the end of the triumph of a high achievement, and who at the worst, see, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Yeah, and that's how I'm feeling right about now. So those three men that I mentioned, Chappelle, Goblin, and Theodore Roosevelt, spoke the same thing. That's meme energy right there. They're both getting the same message out, watching strong men trying to achieve greatness fail and try again, fail and try again, and being taunted by the cowards, by the critics, by the supposed intellectuals who sit by with their, who think, well, what is your resources? What are your sources? And it's like, I chose to be daring. I made the fuck up. That's my source. And if you don't find me credible, then fine. Kind of reminds me of a time I was on a bus when we were talking about the big food industries. It's true. The food industries do not care about what you eat. They love lying to you about healthy foods and healthy alternatives. Motherfucker, look at the back of the ingredients. If your ingredients has a list this long, then I'm sorry, you need to fucking rethink your fucking diet. You really need to think. Do you know what's in beef? Beef. Animal. Cow. Like Tommy Lee Jones. What's it? It's a steak. What's in the steak? Cow. The same thing with the milk. I hope that milk was raw, though. Pasteurized milk is bullshit. But I'll say this too. I'm gonna say this. I'll say this too. Go out there and do shit. Make shit. You might be seeing more coming from me, so that's all I gotta say. Peace be with you. And always with you.